A lot of the medical beacons require you to drive or walk very far. If they aren't going to give us drones for this, we should have room for a tiny garage.
I have to say, that docking collar in the back just looks weird. I get why it is there and why the airlock is so big, but damn, it still looks so weird.
I love that CIG is including 6 modules, but we better get those cool RSI scrubs too.
I'm getting Star Trek Voyager vibes.
I see this as a mobile hospital/marine SAR dropship. I intend to use the cargo sections for holding boxes and seats for drop troopers, bunkers, rescues, whatever. This is a keeper for me.
Nobody seems to think how could ever be a docking port in the back of the ship, just between the main thrusters, not dangerous to everything, especially the ship that Apollo is docking to.
I love the big moonroof on the top.
The verse has changed. Pledge, please. I feel it in the water physics. No more drones. I feel it in the earth. Respawn costs. I smell it in pyro. Med-gel now. Much that once was is lost. For none now play who remember it. It began with the forging of the great medical ships. 3 were given to the citizens of the stars, immortal, wisest and fairest of all beings. For within these ships was given the ability to respawn and heal grievous wounds. But they were all of them deceived. For another ship was made. In the land of England, in the files of CIG, the Dark Lord Chris Roberts forged, after many years, a master medical ship, to be better than all others. And into this ship he poured his med-gel, his modules, and his will to heal all life. One medical ship to rule them all.
Yes, the Apollo is finally here. And it's been some time since it was first concepted.
It's been 84 years.
I've been cruising around the verse in the Apollo since it came out. And I wanted to go over what you might want to use this ship for, what you might not want to use it for, and everything else in between. For starters, I'm not going to talk about the drone situation. I covered that in another video. If you're curious about that, go check that video out. For viewers who might not know what the Apollo is, the RSI Apollo is a medical ship meant to stand above every other in the game. It has 2 main medical bed areas that can be customized with included modules. You can have 3 Tier 3 beds, 2 Tier 2 beds, or 1 Tier 1 bed for each med bed area. Each type of bed heals whatever the highest wound of the tier it is, the highest and most damaging wounds being 1, and the least being 3. Depending on the tier of the bed you set your regen at, it will allow you to spawn within a certain range. A Tier 3 bed has a range of about 50 kilometers, more than enough for a single mission area. A Tier 2 bed should be enough to respawn anywhere on the same planet or moon. And a Tier 1 bed will allow you to spawn within the massive range of a whole solar system. Alright, now that you know what kind of ship we're dealing with, let's get right into the juicy details. What are the strengths of the Apollo? Number 1 would have to be that this ship is now the only ship in the verse to have a Tier 1 med bed. Rest in peace to the Idris Tier 1 bed. Not only does it have the best med bed, but it also has the most beds, up to 6, which matters now because of the arrival of med-gel. If you aren't aware of what med-gel is the substance that acts like a currency for respawn and medical treatments. 1 canister covers 200 med-gel, and 1 respawn costs 100 med-gel. Injuries can cost anywhere from 5 to 20 med-gel based on the tier. Tier 1 beds hold 3 canisters, Tier 2 beds hold 2, and Tier 3 beds hold 1. So if you're looking for maximum respawns, and you don't need a whole solar system of range, equipping 2 Tier 2 modules will net you 16 respawns. However, a Tier 1 bed and 2 Tier 2 beds will net you 14 respawns. Maximum range, while still being able to treat the worst injuries in-game. I think this is likely going to be the optimal loadout for most gameplay. Another strength is the cockpit of the Apollo. It has 2 beds, a full bathroom, and a kitchenette for the pilot and co-pilot. The elevator is convenient for faster time to the pilot seat and is large enough to accommodate 2 people.
The Apollo has a fairly decent armament for a medical ship.
It has dual size 4 main guns and an additional dual turret on top with size 3s, all available to the pilot when solo. 16 size 2 missiles for the medevac variant and 8 for the triage. Another major feature for all you FPS enjoyers out there, the Apollo is the only dedicated medical ship to have both weapon racks and suit lockers. It has 2 of each. It also has a grid space of 32 SCU, but you could probably fit many more 2 SCU crates in the triage area if you wanted to. It has a decent speed for its size and feels well-tuned for maneuverability in flight. But what are some of the drawbacks about the Apollo? Well, the most obvious you'll probably notice right away. The back ramp has a limited opening. It has enough space for 1 or 2 sized SCU boxes, some grav bikes such as the Pulsar X1, but trying to fit much more is not advised. This seems like an obvious effort from CIG to limit the Apollo from being a do-everything ship, though it feels warranted given its medical prowess. Another drawback is the Apollo is in the same size category as the Star Lancer series, and a category above that of the Connie and Corsair, all of which have size 3 shields, except the Apollo. The Apollo has 4 size 2 shields. A ship this size will usually sport a size 3 shield, so that's definitely a downgraded feature. Just don't try to engage in space combat if you don't have to.
Allow me to interject for a moment here.
If you're enjoying my Star Citizen content, feel free to like and subscribe for more videos. Or don't. You're welcome all the same. Overall, I think the Apollo is a great ship that will be a cornerstone for FPS gameplay in the verse for years to come. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Apollo and what uses you've been finding for it. And with that, I'll see you around, citizens.